Hey, I'm Kim from HubKoin, and today I'm going to explain blockchain. Blockchain can be a tough topic to explain. Out of all of the concepts related to cryptocurrency, blockchain has been the hardest one for me to wrap my head around. I'm going to try to break this down, and I hope that this video will give you some clarity on what blockchain is, what it does, and why it's important. I'm going to start by talking about something that I think was overwhelming and confusing for a lot of people when it first came out, and that's the internet. When the internet came out, there were a lot of questions as far as what the internet was. Could you touch it? Was it a physical entity? Now we understand that the internet is a global computer network. But even US Senator Ted Stevens, who was assigned the job of understanding and regulating the internet, infamously stated that the internet was not a truck, but a series of tubes. Now, the internet has never been a series of tubes, but it just goes to show how confusing this concept was. We laugh about this now because it seems ridiculous. But I bring this up because the conversation surrounding blockchain and its capabilities and what it is, it reminds me of these conversations that people had about the internet. It can be difficult to wrap your head around. But I, for one, am very happy that people decided to keep working with the internet, learning about the networks, and developing it to the point that it has been developed to today. It's completely changed the way that we live our lives. And blockchain has that potential. And I hope I can explain that to you today. So when we talk about blockchain, some of the things I hear from people who don't understand it is, well, what is it? Can I touch it? Is it a program? Is it just a part of the internet? To oversimplify, blockchain is a database. It is a database of cryptography, math, and coding. And what that means is that blockchain is not a thing. It is not a box or tubes. It's its own language. At this time, you do need an internet connection to be able to view a blockchain. But this type of software could possibly evolve to the point that the internet will not be a necessity. The internet and the blockchain is connected, but they are separate entities. Blockchain is like nothing we've seen before, and it has the power to revolutionize our technology. The blockchains we have now were created to support cryptocurrency. However, blockchain is not just about cryptocurrency. Same as the internet, or specifically the World Wide Web, was created to have computers in a physics lab be able to talk to each other. I doubt the original creators ever imagined that the internet would be used for the majority of the things that it's used for now. Saying that blockchain is just a cryptocurrency vehicle is not accurate. In fact, out of the top 100 companies in the world, 81 of them are using some form of blockchain technology. And that includes heavyweights like Microsoft, Amazon, Oracle, Coca-Cola, Shopify, PayPal, McDonald's, Visa. It's likely that your information, whether you've ever invested in cryptocurrency or not, is already somewhere on a blockchain. Blockchain software can store information across a network of computers. This means not only is the system decentralized, but distributed. So no company or person or specific entity owns and controls the information, but everyone who is in the network can use it and help run it. Once information is put in, it's permanent and virtually unhackable. Think about it like this. Let's say you're playing a card game with some friends, and you all decide to start betting. So one of your friends decides to become the bookkeeper of sorts and grabs a notepad and starts making a record of who's bet what, and who owes who, and how much their friend should be walking away with at the end of the game. That notepad is open on the table for everyone to see, so no one can go up to the notepad and change it without anybody noticing, and that way it keeps it fair. Blockchain is that notepad. When information enters the blockchain, or the data that's entered is put into the blocks form a chronological chain that cannot be edited. The programming of blockchain is based on cryptography, which we covered in another video, and I'll put that link in the description. The first decentralized blockchain was conceptualized and designed by a person or a group of people, it's up for debate, known as Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008. They are also the creator of Bitcoin. We talk about Bitcoin a bit in our previous cryptocurrency video, but what you need to know right now is that Bitcoin's blockchain network allowed users to transfer money without a middleman or a financial institution. People on blockchain networks help move the money by validating other Bitcoin transactions with their computers. This means that coin is tracked. Every coin or fraction of a coin can only have one owner at one time. The coin cannot be spent twice, and it cannot be counterfeit. Inside each block, there are 3 key pieces of information. Data, whatever information needs to be stored. For our purposes, we're going to say that it's a Bitcoin transaction. That data is protected by the hash, which is basically a fingerprint. It identifies the block and gives it an identity. And the third part is the hash of the previous block. This is what creates the chain on the blockchain. Anytime changes are made to data, a new hash is created and a new block is formed. So let's say you want to change a block. You want to hack into it and erase the records of a transaction. That means you must change the data for all blocks after the block you are trying to erase. And you have to do it without anyone noticing, and with other security features in place that specifically make it harder to even edit one block. To hack Bitcoin's blockchain, you would need hundreds of thousands of computers all working at the same time to change one block. If that's a lot of information for you, that's okay. The main thing that I want you to take from this is that blockchain is a special, new, secure way of storing data. So what does the future look like? Right now, blockchain is evolving and being used in various fields. It's possible that blockchain will allow us to have self-driving cars, easier access to medical records anywhere in the world. It also could be very helpful in protecting our identities in a world of online commerce. And as we talked about it earlier, the internet was created with the idea that it would link computers in a lab. And look at what it's done. Everything that has changed. Blockchain is like that. We don't know the full extent of what blockchain is capable of because the journey is in its infancy. At HubKoin, we focus on the blockchain's usage in cryptocurrency, but we believe this technology is revolutionary, and we are so excited to see what's coming next. Well, that's it. We're done. We've covered everything and we've answered the question, what is blockchain? If you have more questions and you want to look more into this, there's tons of resources that you can look into that help explain it. I've actually got a couple of videos in the description that were really helpful for me, so you're welcome to take a look at those. Thanks so much for coming today, guys. Have a great day. Bye.